In this lesson, you're going to use the letter U and some simple rounded shapes to draw this fun Easter bunny and his festive little chick with Easter bunny rabbit ears on. Let's see how we use those simple shapes to bring this thing to life. Let's begin our Easter bunny with an upside down U shape. Right in the middle of our paper. And then we can just chop that off at the bottom. Everything nice and loose and very lightly sketched. Now let's go up here and add some big crazy ears. Feel free to customize these or do them whatever direction you want. I like to do them sort of curvy and flowy. Adds more action to them. Next I'm gonna take a very similar shape. This U shape. Here we've stretched it out for the ears. Here it's for his body. And here we'll curve it a little bit. And we've got it for that foot. And over here we'll do the bottom of it skinnier for the heel. That foot is up in the air. Coming forward a little bit, erase the inside. And with just a few circles, 1, 2, 3, and then a big oval. You can see we're looking at the bottom of that foot. Over here, put a few or just 2 little curves. And you see how it's the top of the foot. Let's add the arms now. Now let's add the arms. For the arms, I like to do quick little sticks, just light and loose, with a little bit of curve to them. Put some little circles for little cartoon hands. And feel free, if you'd like to try another pose, you could do that. But I'm even taking the same shape we had for the ear and dropping it on each of those hands for the fingers. So each of those have a little curve. They're basically circles. They're basically ovals, just with a little curve to them. So like bean shapes or sausage shapes, which is a shape I like to use and many cartoonists like to use for cartoon hands. Now, let's get back to the U shapes. And we're going to drop a big one right here. Now, these are so helpful because this is a technique you'll see with lots of different cartoon character designs. The way the characters are put together is that you have the same shape repeated over and over throughout a single character. So we've already started to see this foot and the ears and even the fingers are all the same shape. Well, now we've got this U shape here, repeated over. We're going to do it again. Let's drop it right there for the teeth. Flip it upside down, spread it out, and you've got the same shape going behind the tongue. Going behind the tooth for the tongue. Let's draw that same shape that we did for the tongue right here. And you've got the snout. Let's do a little U. And you got the nose. Let's do, how do we want to do the eyes? Let's put them at an angle. Similar shape. More like an oval though, although it doesn't quite connect because the snout comes in front. Little overlap like that I think looks good. Grab my eraser and erase the inside of these eyes if you need to. Got some extra lines in there that I don't need. We can put the pupils here. You could do them however you like. Feel free to change the style of the eyes or to do them like this if you like. I like to do these ovals with a little triangle wedge in there. Think of it as a pizza slice cut out of those two ovals. I like to show more expression in this character with eyebrows off of the head, really high. You'll see that with lots of cartoons. We can take the same shape that we've done for the fingers and the ears and just make them smaller. Maybe a big one, some small ones, and now you've got some fuzzy cheeks. When you attach the fur to the hair, or to the face like this, you always erase that old line that was there, so it smoothly connects to the face. And we can take this same line or those same shapes, do a couple up there for the head. I think that looks good. Should we do some whiskers? You can do big whiskers, you can do little ones. I'm just going to do little tiny ones. But you can make them longer if you want. I'm going to give this little guy a little outfit. I'm going to do a lower lip down here. Why not give him a little SpongeBob style sleeves? How do I do that? Well, this is a U shape again. It's just the bottom of it goes behind the body. Put a skinny oval at the top. You've got like this cylinder shape. Erase the inside, and then we can come here and thicken this stick right there, that arm, to give it a little thickness, and it'll stop right there in the center of that oval arm. Let me zoom in here, show you exactly what I mean. And you want the arm to be nice and clean on the inside once you've see that, so it sticks right in to the center of that oval. We're going to do the same thing on this side. We have the body coming in front of the bottom of that U. Little oval, and right on the inside, you're going to have that arm coming in, connecting on the inside of that oval. And this is what you have for lots of characters, cartoon characters. Whenever they have their sleeves, that's how they connect on the inside of those sleeves lots of times. Connect that arm smoothly. To the hand. Should the rabbit have gloves like Bugs Bunny or Mickey Mouse does? Or should they be without gloves like SpongeBob? You get to choose. I think sometimes I just put them on and see if I like it or not. I like it. I'll do the gloves. You might not want to. Guess what? All you have to do for gloves, take that same shape in the ears and in the fingers and just put it on the side or below the hand. Erase the inside of it. And now you've got some cool little cartoon gloves. And what should he be wearing? Maybe a bow tie. I'm going to do a little lopsided. Lopsided things make, let's see, should it come above the, yeah, I think it'll come above the lip, in front of the lip. Almost into the mouth. Let's see, I want it, maybe it'll stick above the lip like this. The lip will go behind it. Maybe I'll make it even bigger. Just make that bow tie bigger. You can always experiment with the shapes and the sizes. What would it look like if the bow tie is smaller? What would he look like if his bunny ears are smaller? Put a couple of Little wrinkles in there. And I think his shirt will go up this high. His lip goes back there. Now, this is sort of funny because the same thing SpongeBob does. His collar is actually low like this, even though the sleeves are way up higher on the body. So this sort of has some SpongeBob similarities here. We'll even give him some suspenders. Could even do a belt back there, SpongeBob style belt if you like. I won't really see much of it though with this bow tie. Let me do the top of the bow tie there, just like I did the other side. And one final touch to our crazy bunny here is put some little pieces of debris below. It looks like he's jumping. You could even add a little shadow down here. What's he jumping over? Maybe it's Easter, and he gets to come to town, hide some eggs or something, or bring some eggs, or bring some candy. Feel free to add whatever you like to this little character. I think I like it the way it is, so I'm going to ink it and color it. Can't wait to see how yours turns out. What a fun little character. Be sure to share it with us so we can cheer you on in your cartooning. See ya!